Take two of this awesome slingshot video. Okay, so I got the camera on a thing. It's going to shake. I apologize, but there's nothing I can do about it. I'm going to try not to rush through this, but I'm afraid my phone's going to run out of juice. So I kind of wanted to go through all the slingshots that I have, and what I like about them and what I don't. This used to be, most of you, especially the slingshot connoisseurs among you, are going to say, what the heck is that, like, corpse of a slingshot? This is some big A piece of either juniper or pine. I can't remember which now. And this thing originally was like the size of a Cadillac or a big fishing yacht. And I kept making it smaller and smaller, but it seriously looked like if like you saw a slingshot maybe on the Flintstones, that's what it would look like. In fact, the slingshot looked like the sides of a Flintstone car that holds the wheels. You know, the thing that goes along the side? That's exactly what this used to look like. Zoe's dad made fun of me repeatedly via Skype. And so I just kind of carved and chucked. The pouch, this is like a rock chucker pouch. And bands, these are super thick bands. This is awesome to like shoot rocks at. It fits my hand perfectly. I don't know like what a normal person would get out of this, but I really like it. For small pellets or ball bearings and stuff like that, it's kind of, I don't want to say it's useless, but I would probably have better luck putting a ball bearing up my nose and then blowing really hard and hitting a barn at 100 yards than hitting it with this. I don't know why, but I just cannot use small ammo in this thing. But it's awesome. Simpleshot, I think Simpleshot has it looks like a vitamin bottle, and it comes with this, the band, a little booklet on how to make whatever you're making, and a bunch of ball bearings. And that's what I ordered, but all I got was the pouch and the bands. So I think I got, I probably just pushed the wrong button. Let's say user error for that. So check that out. If you're interested in any of this stuff, I'm going to try to have links for everything down below. Some of them are like affiliate links, and some of them are just links. Like this one here, I wouldn't get an affiliate link for this. But this is the Hornet from Zachary Fowler on YouTube for Fowler's Makery and Mischief. This is his exclusive slingshot. This is probably closest thing to the most perfect slingshot out there for me. For me, a slingshot needs to fit in your back pocket, and you need to be able to sit down on it without like going into like a sciatic coma or something like that. So this is perfect for me. The rubber here and here, like these bits, are perfect for when you hold it for shooting it. Now this is still kind of small for my hand. So I put extra rubber bands up here. If you notice, it broke, and I'm really pissed about it. I loved these bands. This is a great pouch. I think this is just like a Fowler pouch. So I don't know if it's a Warrior pouch that he just got his name on or whatever, but I need to order more. I left this out in the sun the other day, and it ripped and made me sad. But this was like my go-to. And we'll come back to this in a second. This is some Chinese, I used to know the name of it. I can't remember what it is. Zoey likes this one. Is this your favorite one? All right, so there was a cut there. Now, what Zoey was saying was that this is the easiest for her to use because she has weak wrists, dainty hands, and penis fingers. Fingers of a pianist. Okay. For me, let me go over some things. So it has a sight. It's adjustable. You can move it. It comes with the little Allen wrench for it right there. These screw like this, and then you put the bands in and the teeth grab it. So that's kind of a cool feature. I'm not going to lie. It's kind of heavy, which is fine. But for something this little, I don't think it should be that heavy. And when you're holding it, like it has these things here, and I still think this is too small for my hands. But like my fingers should not be in the firing range, okay, when I'm holding it. And when it has grips like this, you feel like you're supposed to hold it like that. My fingers should not be there, okay? So when I shoot this, I have to hold it like that. And it feels just ridiculous. But it is very accurate. These bands are actually really nice. And this little tiny pouch that I used to hate, I actually kind of like. And because when I got this, it came from Amazon. And it came with a ton. I honestly think there was like 10 extra bands and pouches. I cut a branch off of this cherrywood tree in our yard in Big Bear. And this is like a real ridiculous little fork. But for me, it's not that bad. And it's actually really accurate for what this is. It shocked me at how accurate it was. But I do need to notch this out a little bit more. So I could get these in here because these have come loose and over the top. So that's just carver error on me. But these little pouches, like, I hate them at first and then I get used to them and then I'm like, oh, these are great. So anyway, so that's that. Let me try to...
surprising with your big fingers as well, because I find those fiddly.
The little ones?
Yeah.
The little pouches?
Yeah, really.
But you like this one, right?
Which
The
one?
Chinese one?
Yeah, but I don't like the pouch.
Do you like the pouch that was on the Fowler one?
Yeah.
Okay, so then the next one I have here is one Zoey got me. This is a super little tiny, it's got to be for like just short range target practice or shooting cans or something like that. It's a little tiny fork, and it's got tubes. This is the first tube slingshot I ever messed around with. This pouch is kind of crazy, and it's very firm. It doesn't have a lot of play. But you have to be like, there's not even like, seriously, this is as far back as I could pull it like comfortably. Like, that's ridiculous. So this is like very short range. And I don't know if you're supposed to put your pinky through this bottom hole, but I try to put my pinky through it.
No, I don't know. I got it mainly for the pouch. It wasn't...
Yeah. And it came with this pouch. And this is what's cool about this pouch with this slingshot, is that this pouch has a little pocket here. This goes in like so. Bands hang over. And then it has Velcro that goes through and holds it in, which is awesome. This pouch holds, seriously, so much ammo. It's ridiculous. And it's got another little... not Velcro, but elastic thing in here. But yeah, so I use this pouch all the time when I'm shooting stuff. Shoot it, Liz, shoot it. So yeah, so this is really cool. The leather's already coming off of this. I feel like as long as I'm super close to whatever I'm shooting at, like I could like nail everything with this. But again, I have to be extremely close. I think Shaylee was using this one.
Yeah, I think the bands pop out sometimes as well.
Oh, that's right. I whacked myself in the face a bunch.
Yeah.
You got to be careful because the bands fall right through there. Ping. Yeah, so be careful of that. Not bands, the tubes. Now the torque. Okay, this is from Simpleshot. This is... I go back and forth between which slingshot I like more, the Hornet or the torque. Now, the way the forks are set up here is perfect for me. Like, look at that. Like, that is exactly where I want to shoot through, okay? I'm not a huge fan of tubes, but it came with the tubes, and I kind of like it. The pouch is a nice, flexible, kind of big pouch. I think I might just get some bands to try out on this thing. It has the little wrist thing to give you added support. But here is my critique / complaint. Okay. My hand feels too big for the shape of this slingshot. So if you have big hands, like wide hands, you might just be better off carving your own slingshot, like my big chunker over there. But Simpleshot, if you're listening, let me tell you how you can make the torque into the most amazing slingshot that ever happened. Okay? So pay attention. Here we go. I would make this bit longer. This part right here should be, for me, outside of my hand, or it should even be smaller to where I don't notice it. Okay? So this, like, add like an inch to it, because when I'm holding it, okay, this is what it looks like in my hand, and it feels weird. I don't know if you can see that correctly, but I don't think this should be where it is. It feels funny. Now, if I don't have this around my wrist and I'm holding this, after I take a shot, this thing wants to go flying out of my hand, like, constantly. And it's because it's a very smooth plastic, okay? It's really good, and it fits in my pocket, and I can sit on it and not hurt my bum. But it needs the same thing that the Hornet has, which are these rubber grips. If this had these rubber grips, oh my gosh, I have ants flying from the sky in my head. If this had these grips, this would be like the most amazing slingshot ever, because it wouldn't be flying out of my hand after I shoot. Okay. I don't know, again, like, and maybe this again is just user error and I'm just holding everything wrong, but when you look at the back, okay, oh, I'm trying to look at like two different things. Really, these fingers are the only ones that fit on this thing right here. My pinky doesn't know what to do. My pinky needs to have a job, and this just is awkward. So I have wide hands, and I don't know if my fingers are very long. I don't think they are. So maybe I just have stupid hands, but damn it, Simpleshot, I want to really like this slingshot. So what I'm probably going to do in order to like this better is I'll probably just wrap rubber bands all around this area right here, so this finger doesn't slip off, all over right here, so when I'm holding it like this, my thumb doesn't slip off. And I'll put rubber bands all over here so it doesn't want to fly out of my hand after each shot. Probably going to lose the tubes and put bands on it. because I don't know if it's just me, but when I'm shooting with bands, I feel like my accuracy is a lot better from a lot farther away. When I shoot with tubes, I feel like I have to be very close or like within like 10 feet of something to hit it. And then even then, I'm only going to hit it like half the time. I was outside before recording this video before the sun went down, and I had cans on T-posts on our fence, and I was just like shooting it as many times as I could from like so many paces away, then like go do like farther away on a different can and try to figure out like what the heck is going on. Because now that my fowler, my Hornet, is busted, I don't know what to do. Like, I could put one of these bands on it, but I really don't like them. Like, they're okay. And I know I could probably just shorten this band and do the fiddly bits to get this back on, but I think I'm just going to order some new bits. So anyway, if you are wanting to get into slingshots, I highly recommend the Hornet. It will fit most hands, it won't go anywhere, and it's just perfect. It just sits in your pocket and it's great. It is kind of small for my hand. It's really sturdy. I can't even bend it. But man, I really want to like this torque. I really, really do. I love this fork. I love that area that it's shooting through right there. It's just, to me that's perfect. And then if I'm doing bands, they would be going over the top. So this is just like the sweet spot for me. But again, it feels like it wants to jump out of my hands every time I shoot it. So if you have any comments on why that is, or things I can do to keep that from happening, let me know. If you have any comments on shooting tubes versus bands and you like tubes better, let me know how to give me some tips on how I would like band or tubes better than bands, because I know the tubes last longer, but yeah, I want to know that I'm going to be able to hit everything I'm shooting at. Yeah, so I'll try to leave links down below for all this stuff. I hope you enjoyed this, and maybe next time we could go on a little slingshot hunt and shoot at stuff. And Zoey said if I shot a hare or a rabbit, that she would dress it for me.
That never happened.